Hello, beautiful mommies. It is Ellie, and today is my 20-week update for my pregnancy weight loss. So, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't want to film this video because the results aren't exactly what I was hoping that I would deliver to you, but it also just shows that I'm human, I'm having a normal human experience. And I want to maybe use this as an opportunity to encourage you in case you're not seeing the same results that you want to be and you're still putting in all the work. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. So thank you for doing that, and I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed to my channel to follow this vlog series. Last week when we left off, I was at 184.8, and this week I'm 185.4, which means that I gained 0.6 pounds. Obviously, that is not ideal, especially since I was hoping to hit another pound lower, which would be 183.8, but there are a lot of things that happened this week that were a little bit different than I was hoping they would be. Like, I didn't have much sleep and I started lifting heavy weights. So I'm wondering if maybe the fluctuation in weight is actually caused to the water that is being retained or some physical activity changes. I don't know. We'll see next week on Thursday when I do my next weigh-in. So I promised you guys that I would be honest and I would share everything with you. That is what I'm doing. I also wanted to kind of give you some words of encouragement in case you're seeing similar things happen in your weight loss journey and you're just kind of yo-yoing up and down, because this is very common when you're losing weight, but the overall trend should be going downward. And I think when you're doing it while you're pregnant, there's another layer of hormones, water retention, changes that are happening, baby growing, sleep disturbances, and all this other stuff that happens that makes it harder for you, but not impossible, to get the results. So just remember to be kind and gentle to yourself and know that if you're actually putting in the work that matters, not just theoretically thinking that you're doing something but not seeing the progress. If it's been a few weeks and you're not seeing any progress, there needs to be a shift that happens. But if you're doing everything correctly and for some reason, the number is just not what you want it to be, I mean, we're all human. We have a human experience going into this. Not everything is going to go as planned, and I'm sure that you're figuring that out during this pregnancy. So honestly, I don't see too many changes in my belly. Like, I noticed that the baby went up, definitely, because they're not as low in my pelvic area anymore, but he does hang out there sometimes. But I've noticed that he started moving upward into like my stomach area. So that's kind of nice in a way. But I don't feel like my belly popped, which I'm sure is going to happen closer to the third trimester as time goes on. I do notice that I feel more energized. I do notice that I still feel like the weight is coming off, especially on my sides and my arms and my chest area. Last time I was pregnant, I definitely felt like everything was just swelling up like a balloon. And this time around, I don't feel that way. And I'm making sure that I'm keeping myself active. I'm making sure that I'm still eating correctly. And if you don't know already, I'm doing a calorie deficit, but slightly. So it's not as severe as it would be if I wasn't pregnant. And I'm making sure that my physician and my nutritionist are on board with everything. We're making sure that everything is going well and all of the labs, and every time they check the baby, everything is fine. So we're doing really good so far. When things aren't going exactly how you want it to be, I really hope that you are taking the time to be gentle with yourself, because sometimes we can be our hardest critic. And I definitely experienced this when I was supposed to do the weigh-in before I started filming this video. And I was super discouraged because last night I was like, yes, I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit the goal weight and everything's going to be great. And then when I stood on the scale and I saw the big number, I was like, what? Why are we here? What's going on? And then I started thinking about like what I did differently this week, and it kind of does make sense. We'll see though. We'll see on Thursday. I don't want to jinx anything. We'll see for sure whether or not this week was productive or not at next week's weigh-in. I think the worst thing that you can do for yourself, for your own mental state, and for baby is to let the little annoyances or little things that aren't going your way stick with you and affect you, affect your mood, affect your habits in the future, and let thoughts creep in like, well, this isn't working, so might as well just go out and, forget this diet thing, forget this movement, like I don't feel like doing it. If you're catching yourself slip away, I hope you evaluate why you're actually doing this, why you wanted the results in the first place, and remind yourself how amazing that will feel when you feel accomplished in this way. And obviously, do something nice for yourself. Maybe take a bath. Maybe go buy yourself something girly and cute. Maybe buy something for baby for when they come. I don't know, but I really hope that you take this time to take care of yourself and know that if you're putting in the work, if you're doing everything, the results will come, and it's completely normal to be stagnant at least a few times during your journey, even though you're doing everything right. I was actually talking to my nutritionist, and what she said is for women who aren't pregnant, obviously, they can have like a week or two where the weight stays the same, but they're actually losing weight. And then all of a sudden they'll see the weight drop, but you have to stick to what you're doing during the time that you're not seeing the results. And in this time, it's really helpful and motivating to feel the results in your body, to feel like it's all adding up eventually, because you will see the results if you're doing the work correctly. For pregnant women, it is a little bit different because you have to remember that the baby is growing as you go. So that is also counteracting all of the stuff that you're doing. If the baby has a growth spurt and that week specifically, you've actually lost the weight you were supposed to, but the baby gaining weight is counteracting that. So you might be standing at a standstill for a week or two. However, you will notice the changes in your body. Wherever you store fat, you will start to see that it is slowly going down. I really hope that by passing this on to you, it helps you stay motivated. It helps you stick through it, even during the not so fun, not what I expected moments. Okay, I don't want to make this video too long. I came here, I told you what I had to say. I shared with you what is actually going on, and I really hope that I will see you in my next video next Thursday. Thank you so much for watching.